Hello, Crawl members and visitors. I wrote an article before concerning too much talk in the conscious community, but we need action. That is in our motto at the Crawl. We just don't talk, we take action. And action we are planning. Centralized leadership is required in the conscious community. There are so many factions all over spewing everyone's own brand of pro-blackness. It all amounts to words and no action taken. However, if action is taken, it is done at your community level, the local level, which is awesome. But we need action taken on a level that expands across the United States to reach everyone in the black community so everyone can benefit and we can uplift our people across the United States. All conscious community factions can maintain their identity. However, all factions will be asked to converge into one 8-man dedicated council for the improvement of the black community. This council will have a president voted in for a 2-year term, a vice president voted in for a 2-year term, and 6 council members voted from the West, East, South, North, Midwest, and the last can come from anywhere in the U.S. The idea is to have a representative in each region of the U.S. to govern that region and to keep spreading the word that change is coming to the black community through our action. The council members will have a 2-year term. 2 years will give the council time to discuss issues and take action prior to the next regime being voted in. Centralized leadership for all conscious community factions is a must to move us forward. Once this council is established, it will be incorporated into a business with a bank account. Progress requires money to move us forward. I will say this again. Progress requires money to move the black community into a better future. Once incorporated, we will be accepting membership from all conscious community members as well as people in the black community. The first item on the agenda is to raise money to create and establish a centralized black bank. You heard it right. A bank. This will be the cornerstone of our movement. This bank will be funded by all member dues and donations from our community. Once we have acquired the funds for the bank to place it in operation, we will be issuing stock to all members that want to invest in the bank. Members only will be given the opportunity to invest in the bank. When there is a possibility of the bank going public to be traded on the stock exchange, this will be an investment that will make investing members money for their family's future. With this bank, we expect all members to open a bank account with the Black Bank. Once this bank begins generating revenue, we will begin investing in the black community as the black community will invest in us as being a member of the bank. With a centralized black bank, we can invest in schools, business development, and financial literacy for the black community across the U.S. We will stay connected through social media with projects focusing on development of strips of property that will be converted to black businesses to form a black Wall Street across the U.S. Through real estate and development of business and education for our children, we will be on our way to separation and not integration. With this bank begins the ascension of our community. It will take time, but all will begin to benefit from this centralized bank across the U.S. as it expands. We will make it easier for home ownership through better financing for the black community, business loans for startup. The list goes on. I know one conscious community member wants to start a school. That is all good. However, what is going to sustain that school? That question has not been answered. There are public schools that can't sustain themselves. With a bank, there are endless possibilities. The next steps to get this plan into action will be to invite leadership from each conscious community faction from across the U.S. to converge on one location to begin the process of coming together into one organization. Once this is completed, we will begin the process of selecting officers for the council. These are not paid positions. Through investments in the black bank, most people will be compensated considerably, but after the bank has time to accumulate money, a stipend will be provided to the council members through dues. This is our strategy and action to bring us up to the forefront of society on our own. Everything will be black owned and operated. We will need lawyers to fight off mad white people who claim discrimination where they have done this throughout history. After solid organization and numbers, we will begin local political voting, which will let the white incumbents know we are here and will threaten your seat if you don't abide by our demands. That is when we begin the rise to a political juggernaut where we control the politics in our local communities. There is much more to this, but with the entire conscious community bringing ideas to the table, this can grow to be something great that will help and continue to give for generations to come. We at the Crawl are waiting on certain investments to come through so we can rent a pavilion and begin setting a date for this meeting to unite us into one. Tell me your thoughts, leave comments on what you think about this plan of action for the black community. Centralized leadership is the key to our success, because together we're strong.